industry. Rifle Coal Company, community-minded in mining coal, shooting for a better community and country. That's Rifle Coal Company in West Celebrity.
Panasonic microwaves are available now at Frederick and May Lumber and Supply Company. See the Panasonic mid-size microwave. See the Genius by Panasonic. Gives you one-touch cooking. You don't have to calculate cooking times or power levels. The Genius by Panasonic does it for you at the touch of a single control. And Panasonic microwaves feature the famous automatic cook-around turntable for even heating. See the full line of Panasonic microwaves now at Frederick and May Lumber and Supply Company on Prestonsburg Street in West Liberty.
Well, the East Carter Raiders were just introduced as I gave them to you. The guards, number 14, Brandon Baker, who is a 6'1 sophomore. The other starting guard, number 22, is Carrick Dyer, 5'11 senior. At center will be Evans, who is a 6'6 senior. The forwards will be number 12, Adams, and number 50, Sargent. Now the Morgan County Cougars, as you can hear from the Cougar fans, are now being introduced to full house here tonight at the Cougar Gym. They are hanging from the rafters. So we are expecting a good ball game here tonight. Like we said earlier in the pregame, the Raiders have twice defeated the Cougars in the EKC tournament back in the month of December '85 by just 1 point, 80-79, and then in another game were defeated 70-60. Well, once again, the great sound of the Morgan Band under the direction of Mr. Meyer. And mighty fine. Well done. So with that playing of our Old Kentucky home, we're about ready to play basketball tonight here in West Celebrity as the Morgan County Cougars get ready to take on the East Carter Raiders out of Olive Hill, Kentucky, coming in with 18 wins against just 5 defeats. It'll be Vernon Evans, senior at 6'6", at center there against Pete Talby, the 6'1 junior of Morgan County, as we're about ready to get it underway out at the midcourt circle. And the Morgan County fans really hepped up down the right side of us here. Okay, the whistle, and it's up. And here's Vernon, or rather Evans. They're going to say both people missed the ball the first time up, so we'll redo this one. And it's almost a standoff. Fraley had it, but it was taken away from Fraley quickly in there by Dyer. And so Dyer, to the right of the key, goes on the right side in there. And out of the paint, putting it up and in is Evans, the big 6'6 senior. Long throw down the right side intended for Fraley as the Cougars now get off to a bad start. They've turned it over. Baker brings it back on the left side. Coming on the right to Adams. Baker feeding left side to Dyer. On the right, Adams from 18 feet. Off the mark, and Pelfrey flips it back inbounds, and the Raiders have it. And again in the paint, here is Evans on target. So he has all 4 of the Raiders' points. Hembry shifts gears down the left side to Fraley. Going in the baseline, moving in there. Beautiful move by Fraley. Chris Fraley. And it's 4-2. Loose ball. Hembry picks it up in the middle. Drives. The little guy goes and gets it. And the Cougars come back to tie it up. Hembry again stealing on the Raiders' inbounds play. Put it up. No good. Fraley is there. He's got it. And the Cougars are out front now, 6-4, as they make two quick steals off of East Carter. Down the left side comes Evans. He'll drop it off there to Baker, giving outside to Dyer on the right. Here is Fraley slapping it out of bounds. And so the Raiders jumped off 4-0, and then the Cougars came right back with three quick baskets. They lead at 6-4. And we have 6.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Coming on the right side to Baker. Right to corner. Adams off target. Pulled out by Fraley. Fires it up the middle of the hardwood. Coming into the paint from 8 feet. Going to come off there. Pelfrey puts it out to Hembry from 15. No good again. And the Raiders running it out. Here's Evans. Oh, he's lonesome, and he goes down for the stuff. Big guy Evans on the stuff at the other end. And it's 6 minutes to go. First quarter. Hembry brings it over the 10-second stripe. Going in the left wing to Fraley. In low to Talby. Took it up there. Partially blocked. And pulled down by the big guy Evans. He's 6'6". Baker floating on the left side to Adams. Or beg your pardon, Dyer. And he does his thing from 20 feet over there. 6-8 now. Raiders by 2. Cougars attacking on the left side of your radio dial. Hembry runs it up. Gives to Talby. Left baseline. Trying to shoot it over Evans. And got fouled. It'll be Cougar ball from their own end zone. No, that's going to be a shooting foul in there for Pete Talby. Yep. They got him in the act of putting it up underneath. Pete Talby, 6'1" junior, shoots 67% off the line. Comes in averaging 12 3/10 points a game. He got it. Pete Talby, first point of the evening. And he can even things up on this next one that's up there. Bouncing straight back in there. Went a mile high, came right back through. And it's 8-8. And up the middle comes Baker for the Raiders. Hembry out there with him. And they go into paint. Spinning is Sargent shooting up there. Got it. 10-8. Long throw down the right side to Chris Fraley. All right, he weaves it around, and here he comes into the paint. It drops it underneath to Talby. Takes it, puts it in. And it's knotted up again at 10-10. Long throw down here to Dyer. Put off in there by Charlie Keaton, the senior. And tried to get it down here to Talby. It was taken away by Baker, but he was on the line. So the Cougars hang on. 4:58 to go. First period. 10-10 ball game. Comes into Talby. Now he drops it right off there to Hembry. Hembry, one finger airborne as he comes into offensive court. Alley-oop in there to Pelfrey, batted away. It'll be hard to do that against Evans, who is 6'6". Over the line, here is Baker. Straight out coming to Dyer. On the left side, Adams. Cross courts it over here to Baker from 20 feet. No good. Pelfrey's got the rebound. Long throw out to the right. Fraley coming into the middle. Here he is out of the paint. No good. Got his rebound. Moves back in there. Beauty. What an effort in there by Chris Fraley. Oh, there goes State charging, and they wave that basket off. My goodness. Boy, bad call there. It'll be Raider ball on the backside. All right, comes into Sargent. Down the left side in there to Dyer. On down to Baker. Baker working out there. Hembry goes out after him. Adams, they try to alley-oop to Evans. Couldn't get it. Pulled out by Talby up the middle to Hembry. Hembry, little guy drives. He's trying to go. He gets it underneath to Fraley. Backhand beauty in there by Fraley. What a move by Chris Fraley. He just faked everybody out. And it's 12-10. Cougars by 2. Up the middle, they come to Dyer. Running it down to the right lane. Shot, no good. Pulled down by Evans. Moves off in the left lane. Jumper, got it. He has 8 points. Long throw intended for Talby, and the Cougars throw it away. That one just went floating out of here. So the Cougars trying for a run out. Overthrow Talby down with 3:40 to go. First quarter, 12-12 ball game. And the Raiders will put it in play from their own end zone. Standing out is Baker. Into the lane, Adams shot, bank shot coming off. Pulled out by Pelfrey. Keaton left side to Fraley. And in the lane driving Pelfrey, and they really hit him hard in there. Chris Fraley. Beautiful assist in there to Brad Pelfrey. But they've got him on the wrist. And so Brad Pelfrey will be upon the Cougar firing line. 6'1", the junior. Comes in averaging 6 8/10 points a ball game. At the line, he's shooting 66%. Pelfrey Powell right in the bottom for his first point of the night. And it's the Cougars leading 13-12. Pelfrey, another shot coming. It's on its way. Write it down for Brad Pelfrey. He had a pair. And the Cougars now full court pressure. It comes into Evans. Brings it down the left side. Gives off to Baker. Long range, straight out. On the left side to Adams. Cross courts it over here. Adams now back to Baker. Right corner. Here's the shot by Adams. No good. Pulled out in there by, guess who? Pelfrey. Boy, he's going on the glass. Embry to the paint. 8-footer. No good. Little guy got his rebound and put it back over everybody. Unbelievable. Getting it over a 6'6" guy in there, Evans. But Embry is quick as a cat. 16-12. Dyer, right side, driving. Sargent. Talby blocked his shot in there, but he also got a piece of the arm. That's the first one on Talby. 16-12, Cougars by 4. Their longest lead, and the Raiders jumped off to a 4-0 lead. Here is Joe Sargent up at the free throw stripe. He shoots 70%, and swish, he got it. Joe Sargent, 6'1" junior. He comes in averaging 14 points a ball game. Number 50, Sargent, bouncing off there, and boy, Pelfrey goes over the iron to get it. Gives to Embry. Embry dumping down the right side to Fraley. Back to Embry, top the key. Underneath to Talby. Big guy there. And they nail him underneath. Pete Talby drawing the foul. 16-13. We have 2:41 to go. First quarter. Here at the Cougar Gym. Glenn Woodward along with Carl Burton. Coach Bellamy now talking to his point guard here in front of us, Keith Embry. At the line, Pete Talby comes out of there after going way down. Well, he hit 2 there earlier. Talby now with 4 points, looking for number 5. Shooting foul, and rolls off to the right side. Pulled down in there by Baker. Baker coming over the 10-second stripe, giving on the right in here to Adams. Now in low, they go to Sargent, put it up, no good. Battle for it, Evans in the lane, moves out in the middle, spins, got it. Evans now with 10 points. 16-15, Embry, long throw down to Fraley. In the baseline, and they block out on Chris Fraley. It'll be Cougar ball now from their own end zone with Keith Embry going out. Cougars by 1, 16-15. And it's a basketball battle on here. Comes out front to Charlie Keaton. Now swinging out there is Embry. Right side to Keaton in the wing. And he goes to Pelfrey. Back to Keaton. Baseline 5-footer. No good. Bounced it around. There's Talby to take it back up and put it in. Boy, he's tough underneath. Pete Talby. He put up a power shot there. Well, the Raiders try to put it in bounds back there, and it hits the bottom of the board. So it goes over to the Cougars. They now lead 18-15. Embry again is standing out. Pelfrey into the lane, up from 5, no good. And pulled down. by the Raiders. Adams down the left side now. They go to Baker. Baseline driving. Here comes number 44 who just came in, Hicks. Micah Hicks. Hembry goes in the right corner in there to Pelfrey. And somebody for the Raiders kicked the ball. Cougars have it. Offensive court down the right side. Hembry looking. Way outside comes Charlie Keith. Back on the right to Hembry. Hembry looking now on the baseline to Talby up from 8 feet. Overshot it. Batted around. And got a foul called in here on Chris Fraley. His first. 18-17. That'll turn the ball over to the Raiders now in backcourt. 1:28 remaining in the first quarter. 18-17. And here comes Baker. Left side to Dyer. In the corner to Adams. They cross-court it on the right to Dyer from 18. Got it. Dyer now with 4 points. Left the net hanging up on the iron. And now it's the Raiders by 1, 19-18. Hembry coming over the 10-second line. Left side to Keaton. Straight out Hembry on the right to Fraley. Fraley giving outside again. Hembry on the left to Keaton. Baseline to go to Talby. Talby coming into the lane, shooting. Bouncing off of there. Fraley fires up to get it. No good. They battle for it. And the Raiders come running out. Almost traveling back there on Baker. Dyer over the line, right side. Hembry tracks him out front. Back on the right to Hicks now. Here is Dyer. Straight away. Going on the left to Adams in the wing. On the right side to Hicks. Raiders lead 19-18. Here in the first quarter, 25 seconds to go. Adams in the right corner. Now they'll go straight out and set it up with Baker. On the right to Dyer. 2-3 zone set in there by the Cougars. Hembry comes out after Dyer. They go straight out here to Baker. Back on the right to Dyer. Moves it down deep to the right corner. Can't go. Back out to Baker. Right of the key. Back to Dyer from the corner. Got it. Right with 1 second left here in the first quarter. Raiders now by 3 points over the Cougars, 21-18. Pelfrey throws it the full length of the hardwood intended down there for Talby. The Raiders cut it off. And so you're at the end of the first quarter of action. It's now the East Carter Raiders 21, the Morgan County Cougars 18. Stay with us. We got a good one going. Be back in just 1 minute.
This is WLKS, West Liberty, Kentucky.
Your car deserves the very best care. So come into Allen Chevron. Yes, get the very best care for your car. Allen Chevron, Main Street West to Liberty. They'll make sure your car is ready to go anytime you are in any kind of weather. With dependable Chevron gas and oil. They'll clean your car inside and out. Plus, they offer you expert repair service. And they'll make your car look like new with a shiny wax job. Yes, get the care your car deserves. They give you service at Allen's Chevron, Main Street in West Liberty. Stop in, see Herky, Thurston, Donnie, Jerry, and Dale. They'll do you a good job at Allen's Chevron, Main Street in West Liberty. Call them at 743-3090.
This is WLKS, West Liberty, Kentucky.
Thank you, Paul. Thought maybe you got lost there on us. Back at the Cougar Gym tonight here in West Liberty. GW along with Carl Burton as we get ready to go into another 8 minutes of basketball. Second quarter coming up here and a good one going as the Morgan County Cougars and the Carter Raiders are really in a battle. Right now the Raiders lead, taking in a 3-point lead, 21-18, as quarter number 2 is just about to begin at midcourt with the Raiders putting the ball in play. Comes in to Baker, and Hembry out there with him. They go to Hicks, left corner. Back to Baker in the left wing. Dyer, top the key, let's go. Bouncing high off of there, and up out of the middle. Adams put it in. his first point of the night. That is 23-18. Hembry over the timeline, left side to Fraley. Hembry off the circle. No, came out. Batted around. Pelfrey underneath to Talby. Goes up on the double team and got it. Talby taking it in there tough. 23-20. Up the middle they come to Baker. Baker in the middle, cut off by Talby. Gets by Talby. Shot blocked there from behind. Put up again. Talby takes the rebound. Down the right to Charlie Keaton. Right corner going in there to Brad Pelfrey. He looks in the middle here. Lane to Talby. Talby not expecting that one. Dropped it, and the Raiders run it out there. They go on to Sargent, and I thought Talby had a pretty good block on that one, but they say he also had a piece of the arm there of Joe Sargent. Now the first substitution of the night by Coach George Bellamy. He'll be sending in a 6-foot junior, Jason Williams, number 23. And a 6'3" sophomore, number 25, Mark Hopkins in the lineup there now with Fraley, Hembry, and Talby. Sargent shooting at the line, no good. Sargent coming in shooting 70% and averaging 14 points a ball game. Sargent switch, got that one. That is 24-20 now. Again, the Raiders' longest lead of 4 points. The Cougars have led a couple of times by as many as 4. And on the backside, it'll be Cougar ball. The Raiders have already dropped back. They're setting in a 2-3 zone. And Keith Hembry is right now attacking it straight away. Top the key. Left side to Fraley. Looks in there low for Hopkins. Fraley takes it on the baseline, tried to shovel it in the middle, and the Raiders run out again with it. Here is Baker, takes it all the way, got loose, and it finally rolls in there for Baker. His first field goal of the night. Jason Williams spinning in the middle, goes up. No, he goes under. Hopkins there to put it in. Williams, a beautiful assist to Hopkins. 26-22. Up the middle, here comes Baker. And going to the big guy, Evans. And Dyer put it back up and got it. Williams into the paint. Left side to Hembry. On the right goes to Fraley. Baseline to Hopkins, and he couldn't find a handle on that one. He dropped it out of bounds. 6:08 to go here in the second quarter. Comes into the big guy, Evans, 6'6" senior. Gives up the middle to Baker. Down the left side, Dyer doing it from 20 feet. Dyer now with 10 points. And he left the net up on the iron. Williams and Hembry, the guards now. And Hembry runs it right up the middle of the hardwood. Floating down the right to Fraley. Back to Hembry from the circle. No good. Off the target again. And the Raiders again on the run. Here comes Adams. Over the 10-second line. He checks. Hands it off to Dyer. Down the right to Hicks on the baseline to Evans. Hicks out of the corner from 15. In and out. Batted around in there. And traveling violation in there. Called against Dyer, 22. All this time now we have John Howard in the lineup, number 32, 6'1" junior. Fraley takes it down the right baseline from 8 feet. Beauty by Fraley. Fired it right on target. And it's 30-24. They go to the big guy, Evans, down the left side, as the Raiders now are moving the ball on the right side of your radio dial. East Carter Raiders by 6, 30-24. Top of the key, Hicks on the right. They go to Adams. Left of the key to Dyer. Left corner, Hicks could not hit it. Comes off to Hopkins. Throws it out down the right to Howard. He checks an offensive court. Underneath, wide open Hopkins. And Hembry hit him with a beautiful assist there. Hembry to Hopkins, 30-26. Big guy Evans comes down and puts it in. And Fraley out the right lane from 15. Fraley is again tonight burning the nets. It's 32-28. Raiders, Cougars now come with full court pressure. Comes it on the backside to Baker. Now the Cougars back off, and they'll set up. Hembry waits for Baker at midcourt. Going on the left side now to Dyer. Baker, Dyer, passing it back and forth. They go deep in the left corner to Evans. Straight out here is Hicks. Right wing to Dyer. Out to Adams. Baseline. Shooting over Hopkins. Rimmed out of there. And, my goodness. Hicks had to be the one to touch the ball, but they're going to give it out to the Raiders. And Coach Bellamy didn't like the call either.
He knocked him out.
The friendly, courteous, and experienced personnel at Commercial Bank give you complete details on an individual retirement account now available at Commercial Bank, Main Street, West Liberty. Member FDIC.
With 4 minutes, 11 seconds now to play in the second quarter, it's the East Carter Raiders leading the Morgan County Cougars 32-28. And the Raiders will be putting it in play as we go back now with time in. Raiders from their own end zone. Baker out of bounds. Gives outside to Dyer. And out of the paint, Evans from 8 feet got it. 34-28. Hembry runs it up over the timeline. Right side in the wing to Fraley. Hembry outside again. On the left to Williams. Williams faked the run in there. Hembry, right side, Fraley. Fraley now is coming to the lane from 10 feet. In and out, went way down. Pulled down in there by Baker of the Raiders. And they run it down the right. Here is Baker. He checks right of the key, right corner to Hicks. On the left of the key, Dyer. They go in the middle here. And a foul in there against John Howard. They put the big guy John in there on Evans. Evans at 6'6". And we have now Joe Sargent back in the lineup for the Raiders. Number 42 is coming in. This is Kurt Ferguson, a 5'10" junior. And at the firing line for the Raiders is forward George Adams, 6'2" senior. He has one field goal for 2 points, 73% foul shooter. It takes a roll but goes in. 35-28. Adams pulls the trigger, and again, long roll, but it goes to the right place. 36-28. Hembry over the stripe. Left side coming to Williams. Hembry looking right side. Fraley on the baseline. Hopkins, sophomore block. Howard was there, dropped it loose in the middle, and we're going to have a jump ball. It'll be long to the Cougars. Well, nobody could get a handle on it. Hembry steps out of bounds underneath his own basket. Outside to Williams. Going to shoot from the circle, and no good. Off the mark. Pulled out in there by Adams. Gives back there to Baker, and Hembry dogs him up court. On the right, coming to Adams. Deep right corner to Sargent. Baker, right of the key. Left side, the alley-oop to Evans. Baseline over Hopkins. No good. And it'll be out of bounds to the Raiders. East Carter, Olive Hill, Kentucky. They lead at 36-28, their longest lead now. In the left corner, shot from 15 feet in there. Sargent. And Hembry goes in the right corner to Howard for the Cougars. Howard is up from 15, and he just knocked the bottom out of it. Howard. That is 38-30. Cougars now dropping back. Hembry at midcourt now. Waits for Baker. He goes down the right side to Adams. Deep right corner to Sargent. Sargent double teamed on the left of the key. Up is Ferguson, and he fired it right on the money. 40-30. Down the left side, Hembry in the middle to Howard. Goes up from 8 feet and going to come out of there. Rebounded by Evans. Giving off to Baker. Floater down the right to Adams. And Hopkins, the sophomore, trying to make an inbound speed to Sargent. No good. Evans put it up. It's no good. And what's the call? Foul on Evans. Yep. Well, Coach Bellamy got his call there. He was up off the bench. So we'll walk it down the left side of your dial to the Cougar free throw stripe. Cougars in a little huddle down there. Brad Pelfrey now, the 6'1 junior, number 12, back in the Cougar lineup, lifting John Howard. Cougars now trailing by 10, 40-30. 2:09 to go here in the second quarter. Jason Williams at the free throw stripe. He has not scored as yet. He's a 73% free throw shooter and is averaging 6 3/10 points a ball game. Williams, yep, it's there. And it's 40-31. Jason Williams, number 23. And this one kicking off to the left side. Pulled on in there by Sargent. Gives off to Baker, who brings it up against Hembry down the left side. Now to Ferguson from 20. Got it. Well, Ferguson came off that bench firing long range. He's hit 2 quick ones off that left side. 42-31. Minute 58 to go. First half. Hembry right up the middle. Floating right in the wing to Hembry, to Fraley. Back to Hembry. To the key coming to Williams. Williams runs it out. Hembry from the circle and circle it down. Keith Hembry. Mighty might there. Hembry. 42-33. And they come up the middle now to Baker. He's an offensive court working against Hembry. Hembry really battling out there. They double team Dyer. Left side, here to Ferguson. Out on top, key to Hicks. Right side, Ferguson from 15. He missed one. Pulled out by Jason Williams, and he shifts gears up the middle. Williams stopped the key, keeps the drive, spinning in the lane, and trying to go underneath the Hopkins. Got fouled. So Jason Williams will be right back up on the free throw charity line. He was there just moments ago. Connected on one of the 2. Has the 1 point right now. Jason Williams averaging 6 3/10 points a ball game. And this one too hard. Comes off the metal. 42-33. Minute 10 to go. First half. Williams, yep, it's there. So 50% shooting thus far by Williams at the line, 2 of 4. 42-34, 8-point lead now by the Raiders, and they come running it to the right side. Adams coming in offensive court. Pelfrey goes with him in the corner. In the lane, Sargent spinning shot up there, and it spins around and around and goes in. 44-34. Well, the Raiders hitting a lot of luck. Of course, takes luck in everything. But they're getting big rolls at the free throw line in some of their field goals. Williams, 18-footer off the left side. Write it down, Jason Williams. And look out when he gets hot-handed, 44-36. 28 seconds to go, first half. Long range, Baker moves it up on top of the key on the left side, going to Ferguson. Ferguson now. He's straight away just inside the timeline. Out to Baker. Baker swings it around the right of the key, takes it into the corner. Hembry there with him. And it's going to be out of bounds off the hand of Sargent, due to some fine defensive play in there by the sophomore Mark Hopkins. 7 seconds. Hembry angles left, offensive court, goes on right to Fraley. Williams out that right corner. No good at the buzzer. And so as we come to the end of the first half tonight here at the Cougar Gym, it's the East Carter Raiders now leading the Morgan County Cougars 44-36. And we'll be back in a moment.
Company west of West Liberty on Highway 460 is now selling house coal. Block coal, $40 a ton. $50. There will be an absolute auction of farm machinery Saturday, March 1st, 10 a.m. Location of the sale, 8 miles from East Cell, near the Old Khaleesi Post Office and Store. The sale being conducted for Dean Cox, the owner. The sale is being conducted by the Oldfield Real Estate, Oldfield Plaza in West Liberty. For information on this absolute auction Saturday at 10 a.m., call John Oldfield Jr., 743-7195.
If you have a lot of timber to cut or firewood to cut, you need a dependable chainsaw. Frederick and May Lumber and Supply Company in West Liberty features the full HomeLite line. See the HomeLite XL12, the most tested and proven chainsaw available. Over 1 million units are in use, and guide bars range from 16 to 24 inches. Yes, the full line of HomeLite chainsaws available now at Frederick and May Lumber and Supply Company on Prestonsburg Street in West Liberty, where they service what they sell.
By as many as 4 points. But right now they're down by 8, and their work is cut out for them as we get ready for the third quarter of the battle here with the East Carter Raiders out of Oliveville, Kentucky, and the Morgan County Cougars. The Cougars coming in tonight with 12 wins against 10 defeats. The Raiders 18 wins and 5 losses. And as we get ready to go, the Raiders will be putting the ball in play at midcourt. And again, we say they are hanging from the rafters here this evening at the Cougar Gym. All right, here we go as the ball comes into Baker. And here in the second half, the Raiders attacking on the left side of your radio dial. They loop one in there to Evans, who goes up for a shot, but he gets fouled by a Cougar underneath, holding. And so the Raiders will have the ball from their own end zone. Out of bounds is Baker, the point guard. Looks out in the corner, gives to the big guy, Evans. He is 6'6". And back in the right corner to Baker. Comes outside to Dyer, right of the key. And he cut the ropes there. Dyer with 12 points. And it's 46-36. Embry coming right up the middle of the hardwood now for the Cougars. Moving down the right side of your radio dial. And a steal over there almost by Baker of the Raiders as Embry threw one across court to Chris Fraley. Fraley bounces in on the backside here to Embry. Embry angles right as he comes into offensive court. Right corner to Williams. Runs it out, gives to Embry, and a bad pass by Embry intended for Fraley. And Baker drives, puts it in on the right side. So Baker with a steal and an easy layup shot. Fraley coming into the left lane up from 15, no good. And the Raiders up on the board. Sargent pulls it off, gives down to Dyer, takes it to the paint. But he gives off on the right side. Adams from 12, got it. So the Raiders are really rattling the ropes here now, leading 50-36. Adams Dyer with a steal back here, and then fouled by Fraley. Raider ball in backcourt. So the Raiders have run off 6 quick points here. The Cougars have not scored as yet in this third period. Adams right here in front of us. Gives it in there to Baker. Baker getting instructions from Dad, Charles Baker, the coach. 10th season. Shot is no good, but it's put up on the right side in there by Adams. Adams with 8 points. They go long in the deep left corner to Williams. Brings it back out, gives to Embry, top of the key, right corner coming off in there to Talby. Talby looking in the lane to Pelfrey. Pelfrey in the paint, goes up with a shot, good, and he got it. Pelfrey. Pelfrey with a power move inside. 52-38. They come right through the Cougar defense, and shot is up by Adams. It's no good. Williams runs in there for the rebound. Digs it out, and here he comes, shifting gears right up the middle. Williams dumping left baseline to Talby. Talby up from 8, got it. 52-40. They come inside on the back to Baker. Runs it up against Pelfrey. All right, he lets traffic clear out. Sets it up straight away on the right to Adams. And off the baseline, spinning shot, no good by Sargent. Pulled down by Pelfrey. And up the right side, Jason Williams takes it against Dyer. And he's guilty of blocking Williams. Good move to the lane by Williams. So Jason Williams will be up on the firing line. He was there 4 times in the second quarter. Hit 50%, 2 of 4. Williams now with 4 points with a field goal and fires this one right on target. 52-41. Williams another shot. He comes in shooting 73%. Bouncing out of there. And the Raiders have got it. Adams down the left side coming to Baker. And to the big guy, Evans. He dropped it and was traveling in the lane. So a Raider turnover to the Cougars. We have 5:28 now to go. Third quarter, 52-41. Hembry walks it up out of the backcourt. Comes over the 10-second stripe. Goes left in offensive court. On the right gives to Fraley. Fraley in the corner dumps it off there to Talby. Back outside to Hembry. On the left to Williams. Baseline to Talby. Talby. Hook shot up there. No good. And Sargent coming off. And traveling down here on Baker on the throwout. Good defense in there by Keith Hembry. Little guy caused him to turn it over. So Cougar ball again on the backside. So the Cougars now getting an opportunity to trim that lead. They could not do it that last trip. Williams working right of the key, comes straight away. Left side to Hembry. Deep left corner, Fraley. Hembry from downtown. He got it. Hembry burning the net there. And Hembry almost getting the steal back there. Up the middle comes Baker. Williams now shuts him off here. Baker left of the key. Coming into the lane. Adams from 15. No good. Talby takes it. Gives down the left side. Fraley running by Adams. Goes and he got it. Fraley. Boy, he put a move on Adams here. He left Adams nailed to the floor. Raiders on the backside into Sargent. And here's Adams. Baseline. Driving there would be Dyer. Dyer got fouled. Will be on Pete Talby. 4:18 to go, third quarter. 52-45 now. The Cougars have closed the gap a little bit here. At the free throw stripe is guard Carrick Dyer. He has 12 points, all from the field, 6 field goals. He's a 73% free throw shooter and is averaging 8 points a ball game. Carrick Dyer, 5'11 senior, swish, right in the bottom. That is 53-45. So Dyer will try to do it again here at the charity line. He lets go. Got it. Boy, shook metal, but stays. 54-45. All right, the Raiders by 9 as the Cougars attack on the right side with Fraley. Baseline 8-footer. Beauty. Fraley firing it right on the money in there. 54-47, long throw out down the left side. Adams now driving the baseline, coming in there with Sargent. I thought he charged. No whistle. Put up by Evans. No good. Evans again got it. 16 points, Evans. Williams in a hurry down the left side. Pulls up left of the key and no good. Evans, the big guy up there to get it. Fires it down the right side to Baker. Baker going to Sargent. Hook shot off the glass. Got it. 10 points for Sargent. Fraley to the left baseline. And they're going to say hit the end line there. Goes over to East Carter. Cougars now coming man-to-man full court pressure. Mark Hopkins, the sophomore, is back in there. Pelfrey slaps the inbounds tip back there away. Raiders now, long throw down here to Baker, drives. Hopkins hit him pretty good in there. Foul on Mark Hopkins. 3:26 now remaining, third quarter. And at the line is Brandon Baker, son of the coach, number 14, a 6'1 sophomore. He has 4 points, 2 field goals, southpaw shooter, and he shot the eye out of that first one. Shoots 75% of them, and he's averaging 13 points a ball game. Baker rolled off of there, pulled out by Hopkins, gives it down the left side to Hembry. Hembry in a hurry, comes to the paint. Bank shot beauty by Hembry. And it's 59-49. on the backside into Baker. They got him in a double team. Tries to run out of it, and he's charging. So Jason Williams had set up for Baker, who came out on the drive and committed the charge. Cougar ball, offensive court down the right side. Embry out of bounds. All right, he's got it. Gives out front to Williams. Jason goes on the dribble left side. Bounces back on the right to Embry. Right corner, Fraley, baseline from 10 feet. A little bit short. Hopkins had it, dropped it, picked up by Fraley. Moves back with it. No good. Tipped by Hopkins. Loose ball. Hopkins out of the paint. In and out. And Evans with it. Boy, that son of a gun wouldn't drop. 59-49. Baker, top the key. Right corner. Adams off the mark. Hicks under there, going up for a shot and gets fouled.
You mean we didn't get fouled down here?
I thought we got clobbered and everything down there, Carl. On the charity line for the Raiders of East Carter, Micah Hicks, 6-foot junior, has one field goal for 2 points. First visit to the free throw line. He shoots 70%, averages 5 points a game, and beauty right there by Hicks. Now 60-49. Dyer leaves the lineup, and Joe Sargent is getting ready to report back in. There he goes. And we'll give Vernon Evans, the big guy, 6'6" senior, a rest. I'd say he needs it. All right, Hicks at the firing line, and he hit it. So he got a couple there. Embry quickly down the middle. Right side to Fraley. Back again to Embry. The left wing in there to Williams. Williams looks low. Brings it out on the left of the key to Pelfrey. Pelfrey alley-oops on the baseline. Hopkins, sophomore, overshot it too hard. Embry, little guy, fakes, pumps again, and got it. Good move in there by Embry. Smallest guy out there. Got the rebound, put it back. Adams up the middle of the hardwood. Left side goes off in there to Ferguson back in. Straight out. Here is Baker. Embry after him. Left wing they go to Ferguson. Straight out Hicks now. And Sargent baseline bank shot off to Brad Pelfrey. Embry almost getting searched back here. And I believe that will go over to East Carter. Yep. They're in offensive court down the left side. Baker standing out. Gives in there to Adams. Pelfrey comes after him. Adams trying to drive, and he travels. Adams couldn't make it through that double team of Embry and Pelfrey. And so it'll be Cougar ball. Embry on the drive. Coming to the right in offensive court. Gives it off there to Fraley. Embry from downtown. He did it. Wow. That was way downtown, sports fans. 53-61. Out front, Baker for the Raiders. He goes on a drive to the right side. Checks underneath. Hicks got in the back door, but he missed the shot. Battle for it. People all over the hardwood and put back up and in there. Sargent. Here's Fraley to the lane. Bank shot. Beauty off the left side by Chris Fraley. Now with 16 points. 63-55. It's a basketball battle here. And as the Raiders running out of the back court, either Fraley or Pelfrey guilty of a foul. 1:05 to go here in the third quarter. As we go down to the Raider free throw stripe there. 63-55. Baker will be at the free throw stripe. Son of Coach Charles Baker in his 10th season at the helm of the Raiders of East Carter and Holly Hill. Baker, the southpaw shooter, shot the eye out of that one. 6'1" sophomore. Number 14, Brandon Baker. Charlie Keaton getting ready to come in the lineup for Coach Bellamy. Baker cannot bomb that one. Comes off, and we got a pileup right in the lane. jump ball, they call it, and it will go over to the Morgan County Cougars. Okay, we have Charlie Keaton in there now, and Chris Fraley is going to get a little rest down on the Cougar bench. On the backside, Pelfrey puts it in to Hembry, and Hembry walks it over the 10-second stripe. Brings it top the key from downtown again, and again he's right on the target. Keith Hembry, 64-57. Cougars now full court man-to-man pressure. On the back, they got Baker double team. Floats it down the left to Hicks. Up the middle, they go into Ferguson from the paint. Powell, Ferguson. At it 64-57. 37 seconds, third quarter remaining. Hembry again comes right up the middle of the hardwood. Floating on the right in there to Keaton. Back out Hembry, left corner. Williams from 20, got it. Jason Williams. And both teams right now burning the ropes. 66-59. Raiders, 23 seconds to go. Up the middle, here is Baker on the dribble. Hembry tracks him down the right side. Baker keeps the dribble going. Gives out now to Adams. Here comes Baker to set it up. Swings back off to the right side. Hembry right there with him. Top the key. Adams in the paint. They try to go to Sargent. Lost it. Baker put up a shot. No good. Out the middle. Adams going to count. And going to count for Adams. I thought he was a little bit late. (68-59) here at the end of three quarters. The Raiders are leading at 68-59, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Your car deserves the very best care, so come into Allen Chevron. Yes, get the very best care for your car. Allen Chevron, Main Street West to Liberty. They'll make sure your car is ready to go anytime you are in any kind of weather. With dependable Chevron gas and oil, they'll clean your car inside and out. Plus, they offer you expert repair service. And they'll make your car look like new with a shiny wax job. Yes, get the care your car deserves. They give you service at Allen's Chevron, Main Street in West Liberty. Stop in, see Herky, Thurston, Donnie, Jerry, and Dale. They'll do you a good job at Allen's Chevron, Main Street in West Liberty. Call them at 743-3090.
Well, we come to the final fourth quarter here tonight in the basketball action. Final 8 minutes as the Morgan County Cougars trail the East Carter Raiders by 9 points, 68-59. And the Cougars made a couple of runbacks in that third quarter, but just couldn't get caught back up. So they've still got their work cut out here in this fourth quarter. The Raiders put it in play at midcourt. Baker topped the key. Left of the circle, they go to Sargent. Out there with him, Pelfrey. Sargent straight away. In the paint, spinning. Baker got it. At it 70-59. Hembry. Fingers airborne as he comes over the line. The alley-oop to Fraley, right baseline, up from 5. No good. Pelfrey put it up. Foul by Brad Pelfrey. At it 70-61. Baker double teamed on the backside. And my goodness, they've called a charging or a blocking in there on Jason Williams, and Baker ran right over Jason. I'm telling you, that's pitiful. No way, Jose, but that's the way it'll go. 70-61. And at the free throw stripe is Brandon Baker, the point guard. He has hit 2 of 4 tonight. Baker bombs away. Baker now with 9 points, comes in averaging 13 and 75% free throw shooter. 6'1" sophomore. Baker, boom, right in the bottom. so he got a pair there. Fraley down the right side, straight out to Hembry. Hembry left baseline to Talby, but it's slapped away in there by Sargent. So the Cougar ball from underneath their own basket. Hembry now with it. Outside, Fraley straight away on the right to Pelfrey. Baseline got loose. Talby took it right in there to put it in. And it's 72-63. Comes into Adams for the Raiders. Runs it down the left, gives on the right to Baker. Cougars now man-to-man. Baker, Adams, left lane. Williams with him. Baker straight out. Hembry picks him up off the right of the key. Right it down there for Sargent. And it's 74-63. Hembry shifts gears down the right, shooting out of the lane. Shot blocked in there, but Baker got him on the arm. Raiders by 11 points now as Hembry goes to the firing line for his first time this evening. 16 points now for Keith. Comes in averaging 14.4, shooting 67% of his fouls. First one of the night right there. 74-64. Hembry, 5'7" senior. Playing his last regular season game for the Morgan County Cougars. Hembry hitting it. 74-65. Long throw down the right to Ferguson. Talby cuts him off, and he missed the shot. Battle for it. Put up underneath in there by a gentleman who just came in. Evans got back in the lineup. 6'6" senior. Williams alley-ooping on the baseline to Talby, and Evans takes it away inside. Down the right, Baker goes in the lane, spinning. Sargent, no good. Cougars up there. Fraley fired up to get that one, and now he fires up court with it. Bouncing on the right to Hembry. Down in the lane, Pelfrey up from 5, no good. Talby there, takes it, got it. 76-67. And by now. The nets are warm. 5:53 remaining. Raider ball in backcourt. They come into Sargent. Bad pass. Batted around, and Baker drives on the left for the lay-in. A couple of Cougars had it but dropped it. Fraley now all the way down. Missed layup shot in there. Evans came off of the rebound and got fouled, I think, by Talby. Yep. 78-67, Raiders. And their center now will shoot from the line. Vernon Evans, number 52, 6'6" senior. He now has 16 points. He comes in averaging 15. And at the line, shooting 69%. Evans missed it. Comes off. Fraley firing up court. 2-on-2 under the left side to Williams. A backhanded shot there. Comes off, but he got fouled. So the Raiders taking on here to a 11-point edge. 78-67. Jason Williams up on the firing line now. He's 50% tonight, hitting 3 of 6. Jason now with 17 points. 75% free throw shooter, and he just shot the eye out of that one. Jason Williams, 6'1" junior, number 23. Will stand back in there now. Williams, let's go. Got it. And it's 78-69. Long throw out. Nobody back at all for the Cougars. Driving Ferguson for the easy layup. Well, the full court pressure that time got a man open. Hembry from the lane going to take Metal, but it's going to go in there for Hembry. And it's 80-71. Comes into Adams up the middle here to Ferguson. Down the right side to Sargent. Underneath to Hicks. And Hembry coming on his blind side. Batted out of bounds. Raider ball from their own end zone. All right, Baker looking. Still looking. Comes out on the right there to Ferguson. Slapped away by Fraley. Picked up by Colby. Long throw down to Fraley. Driving. And they hit him hard from the back. Dyer, number 22 at guards, coming back in the lineup now, lifting Ferguson, number 42. Five minutes, 6 seconds remaining now, with the Raiders leading 80-71. Fraley will try to fire that lead down a little bit here at the line. Got it. Nothing but bottom there for Chris Fraley. That's his first point here in the fourth quarter. 17 points now for Chris. Comes in averaging 24 and 4/10 a game. Kicked out of there. Loose ball picked up by East Carter. Hicks takes it into offensive court down the left side. Gives out long range to Baker. Baker tracked out there by Hembry. Baker top the key. Right of the key and right this one down for Sargent. 82-72. Hembry top the key. Right side, bounce pass, overled Jason Williams, who had not got to that spot. So the Cougars turn it over, and that they don't need to do right here. Trailing comes up left side to Hicks. Up on the right to Adams, up the middle to Baker, so they get through the pressure of the Cougars easy. Baker right of the key, right corner to Sargent. Baker breaks it up on the circle. He's looking left of the key to Adams. In the middle, driving, goes Hicks, and got hit in there by Pelfrey. No basket. 4:22 on the clock. And they are jam-packed in here for this ball game. At the line will be Micah Hicks, 6-foot junior. He has 4 points, make it 5 as he fires that one on target. 83-72. Hicks moving back up there now. And he is on the trigger. Too hard. Kicks to the right. Pulled down by Williams. Williams, long throw down the right to Fraley. Fraley got bumped and no call. Boy. Fraley really got hit in there, but there's no whistle. As the Raiders running down the left side. Batted away in the middle. Picked up by Hembry. Hembry to the paint and rolling off. Battle going on. Sargent got it. Down the right side. Hembry is called for blocking. Dyer, number 22. 83-72. And so again, it's the Raiders out by 11. With the guard, number 22, Carrick Dyer at the free throw line. He had a pair back in the third quarter. He now has 14 points, 5 field goals. Dyer, he done it. 84-72. So Dyer waits the round ball. He's got it, moves back up on the stripe. Spins way over, raises, fires, kicked out of there, and Colby up high to get it. To Hembry, down the right. Fraley driving for the layup. 84-74 up the middle to Dyer. Long throw out down the right to Sargent. Moves in there against Hembry. Missed it. Pulled out by Williams. And got fouled back there by Dyer. Brad Pelfrey will be coming back into the Cougar lineup here now. Sophomore Mark Hopkins coming out. So we have in there for the Cougars Hembry and Williams, Fraley, Pelfrey, and Talby. And Jason Williams up on the free throw line. He hit 2 there just moments ago. Ooh, boy. It shook metal and came out. 84-74. Raiders with that 10-point lead and attacking on the left side of your radio dial. Dyer going to Adams on the left. on the right of the key to Sargent. Comes in the middle, dumps it on the left here to Baker. Baker looks, and in the back door goes Sargent. Nobody back there with him at all. 86-74. Embry, right of the key, pulls the trigger, bouncing off of there. And the Cougars not on that board. Pulled down by the Raiders. And they run it down the left side of your radio dial. Dyer on the left to Baker. He'll take it out to set it up. Swings to the right in that corner. Sargent. Now Adams looking in the lane. Embry tried to dig one out of there. Sargent get it. They got it. Went back to the baseline with a shot. No good. And now Embry. Long throw down the right. Coming in here to Fraley. Got it. 86-76. And again, the Raiders now on the attack. Parker, the ball handler, out front here. Embry after him. Goes in that left corner to Hicks. He drops it off in there to Adams. Holds it over his head, and Embry is over the back of Parker, or Baker. So Brandon Baker, the guard, will be up there. Sophomore, 6'1". He has hit 4 of 6 there this evening. Well, Coach George Bellamy is going to take a timeout here for the Cougars with 2 minutes, 22 seconds remaining. And our score, the East Carter Raiders 86, the Morgan County Cougars 76. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Attention alfalfa growers. For high-yielding, lush, leafy growth, plant Armor. Armor is a unique, early maturing variety that establishes quickly, has strong winter hardness, plus protects against disease and insects superior to other Flemish-type alfalfas. Armor alfalfa, fast-growing, long-lasting, big-yielding. See Oldfield's General Store, Bice, Kentucky, Highway 460 for all your Scott brand seed needs.
There's no better time than right now to plan for an account. Now available at Commercial Bank, Main Street, West Liberty. Member FDIC.
Well, as you can hear, the Morgan County fans off to our right cheering on the Morgan County Cougars here as we're getting down near the home stretch. 2 minutes, 22 seconds on the clock. And the Cougars trailing now by 10 points behind these Raiders out of Olive Hill, 86-76.
You get trouble here.
At the line is Baker, the guard, rolling in there. It was all over the iron, went through. Baker, southpaw shooter. Takes the aim up there, and beauty right in the bottom. 88-76. Embry in a hurry down the middle. Right going to Fraley. Fraley drives to the baseline. Underneath to Talby. And Talby trying to go up with it. Gets fouled. Pete Talby will take a trip now to the Cougar free throw stripe. Was there 4 times back in the first quarter, connected on 2 of the 4. He now has 14 points. He's above his average of 12.3. Shoots 67% at the line. Talby tickled the net on that one. 88-77. Talby will try to cut it back to 10 points on its way. Write it down there for Talby. In a pair, 88-78. On the backside comes into Hicks. In the middle to Baker now, and he'll wait for help. As he comes into offensive court, swings it down the left side, gives in there to Dyer. Left of the key, Baker, Embry right with him. Off to the right. Here's Adams. Williams trying to pick his pocket there. Gets called for a foul. So it'll be George Adams up on the charity line for the East Carter Raiders. 6'2" senior. Now has 10 points. He's averaging 13 points a ball game. Free throw shooter, 73%. George Adams, number 12. And it's up. It's going to be short. Kicks off of there, running it down. Hembry, right side, bouncing to Fraley for the lay-in. Beautiful run out there by the Cougars. 88-80. Cougars have cut the lead to 8 here now. They've got Evans in a trap in the right corner, and they're going to say, I believe, Talby is guilty of the foul. So it's another trip down to the Raiders free throw line. And the big guy will be up there. Vernon Evans, senior at 6'6". He now has 18 points. He's above his average of 15 a game. This is only his second time at the free throw line, and he has missed both of them. Comes off to Talby and down the right, giving to Fraley. Fraley takes it right to the baseline, up from 8 feet. No good. Battle going on underneath. And I thought it went off the Raider, but the officials say no. They give it to East Carter. Adams giving it there to Baker in a double team, and he is going to lose it out of bounds. I think the Cougars got a payback right there.
Well, he knew he missed it.
Yep. 88-80. 29 to go. Ball comes way out on top of the key to Williams. Goes up out of the circle. Circle it down for Williams. And it's 88-82. Cougars have cut the lead to 6. And Baker running it out now. Pelfrey is after him. Left side open. Sargent for the lay-in. Hembry shifts gears up the middle. Right side. Fraley in the lane. Back to Hembry. Out of the paint. No. Came off. And a whistle underneath. That'll be against Sargent. 92-82. And Pete Talby takes another trip to the Cougar charity line. Pete has hit 4 of 6 tonight. Pete now has 16 points on the 1-and-1. Talby, no, came off. Put up by Fraley. Got it. Fraley fired right in there for the rebound. Stuck it back. 90-84. Up the middle and go to Baker. 3-on-1 and running back out. Adams went in there, but he come back outside with it and gave to Baker. And a foul by Pelfrey. So the Cougars now having to foul.
Oh, having to gamble. You have to.
Yep. 90-84. It has been a good one. On the one, here's Baker back on the free throw stripe. Well, that
they bounced around for him, and
that shook all around the place, but drops in there for Baker, the guard. This one rolling off of there. Pelfrey up to get it to Hembry. Long throw down to Fraley. Kicks it back in bounds right into the hand of Adams. And foul by Talby. Okay, Pete Talby is just fouled out of the ball game. He leaves with 38 seconds remaining, and Pete, good effort tonight with 16 points. Sophomore Mark Hopkins back in the lineup now, 6'3". And that's the free throw stripe of the East Carter Raiders, George Adams. He's hit 2 of 3 this evening. He has 10 points. Off the mark with that one. Put up by Sargent. It's no good. Hopkins rebounding up the middle. Hembry shifting gears. Little guy in the paint. Dropped the dribble. And a foul against Dyer. (91-84). Hembry will try to hit him off of the free throw line on a 1-and-1. 20 points now for Keith Hembry. make it 21 as he connects on the first foul shot. 91-85. So the Cougars really hanging tough against this tough East Carter Raider ball club. Hembry, came out. Picked up by Adams. Gives off on the right there to Dyer and dropped it out of bounds. Cougar ball with 26 seconds. Fraley drives the lane, and a double team goes up with a shot. They say he traveled. Well, as the Raiders get ready to put it in play, Coach Charles Baker down the left side has called a timeout here. And so 23 seconds on the clock in this ball game tonight. The East Carter Raiders now leading the Cougars by 6 points, 91-85. We'll be back in just a moment.
Rifle Coal Company is always shooting for a better economy for Morgan and surrounding counties and the country through the mining of coal, beautifying the countryside by reclamation, providing jobs. Rifle is a shot in the arm, furthering the coal industry. Rifle Coal Company, community-minded in mining coal, shooting for a better community and country. That's Rifle Coal Company in West Liberty. Take advantage of big truck savings now at Elam Chevrolet in West Liberty. 81 Chevrolet short wheelbase V8 4-speed sharp one owner, only $5,995. 79 3/4 ton 4x4. It's clean. Can be yours for just $3,995. Stop in. See Bill, Jim, and Jack at Elam Chevrolet in West Liberty. Call 743-3116.
Okay, back to the final 23 minutes of action here at the Cougar Gym. Raiders lead the Cougars 91-85. Raiders put it in on the backside. Goes in there to Adams. Baker down the left side to Dyer. And Pelfrey quickly fouls Dyer, number 22. So there's 17 seconds on the clock. Here's guard Carrick Dyer up there. Thus far this evening, he is hitting 3 of 4 foul shots. Comes in averaging 8 points a game. He now has 13. Dyer gets it to roll in there. (92-85). Dyer putting down dribbles. He fires it up. Beauty right in the bottom. Big foul shots there. 93-85. Hembry down the right, trying to go to Chris Fraley. Fraley had vacated a spot, but Dyer touched the ball, so the Cougars luckily hang on to it. They have it offensive court down the right side. Comes into Fraley. Right baseline up from 8 feet. Overshot it. And a battle going on for it. Sargent and Williams after it. Williams falls down, gets it to Fraley. Fraley, back shot, Beauty off the left side. And 2 seconds on the clock. And Coach Bellamy calling timeout. And the East Carter Raiders, 93.
Collins and May Mining Company, west of West Liberty on Highway 460, is now selling house coal. Block coal, $40 a ton. The Stoker coal, $45 a ton. And this is top quality, top grade, good burning coal. See Collins and May Mining Company, Index Hill, West Liberty. Block coal, $40 a ton. Stoker coal, $45 a ton. Call 743-7126 or 743-7125. Collins and May Mining Company.
Well, as the East Carter Raiders put the ball in play with just 2 seconds on the clock, there was a foul call against the Cougars. The clock ran out, and so it's all over here this evening as the East Carter Raiders have won it over the Morgan County Cougars in a real fine basketball battle, 93 to 87. 93-87 our